Happy weekend to all my supporters. This is Jah-P Sports Talk. I hope everyone is keeping safe. So today was a rough day for the West Indies bowlers. Rough day for the West Indies bowlers. And in between that, we had some rain interruptions. So I guess with all of that, things wasn't so well for the West Indies at all. But in some instance, you would say that it is good that the match has drawn out a little bit more. So at the close of play on day three, Australia is at 221 for 7. Yes, and that's a lead of 254. We'll see where Steve Smith missing out on a century. He was out for 71. He looked pretty solid. Cameron Green, 52, coming back to farm. Travis Ed continue his good farm. Fell 11 short of another half century, out for 39. Boy Webster. Seems there was a trap there set up at Justin Greaves and they got him caught by Chase. Alex Carey is there on 26 and Pat Cummins is on 4. So it's going to be very interesting on day 4 the way the West Indies bowlers go about things. For me, I would think that the Australians would try to bat until maybe lunch and try to make the most runs as possible to give the West Indies to bat to chase down. But um, it's all up to the West Indies bowlers also to So Australia will seek to try and make 300 plus. Are they, well, I don't think they want to make anything more than 350 and give the West Indies to chase on. Even though you have tomorrow day 4 and day 5, but knowing what the Australians bowlers are capable of, I definitely think that Pat Cummins would think that, listen, 350, we can defend 350, you know? So it's going to be very interesting to see if Alex Carey really get going and if Pat Cummins can hold the wicket with Alex Carey, and if they're going to frustrate the West Indies bowlers. And we're going to look to see if the West Indies bowlers can find some ways how to get these next 3 wickets and then try to chase down that total for to making history. you know, it's been some time now since the West Indies have won a Test match versus Australia in the Caribbean. So we're hoping that this will be a very historic match for us. So the bowling for the West Indies so far: 17 extras, 5 byes, 8 leg byes, 3 no balls, and one wide. Jaden Seals and Shamar Joseph picking up 2 apiece. Shamar Joseph continue to be a little bit expensive, 2 for 54. Jaden says 2 for 29. Alzar Joseph 1 for 42. Justin Greaves 2 for 22. Anderson wicketless and Ruston Chase wicketless. So we really look forward for day 4 for some more exciting actions. Hoping that the weather in Grenada will be good. So hopefully we will have a early start of play, maybe 9:30 or so, and we'll see how things goes. And hoping that the West Indies, and based on what I'm seeing here, is Sunday. I'm seeing here where they're expecting heavy clouds and maybe some rain. So we may have the same type of weather condition for tomorrow. So it's going to be very interesting to see how the West Indies bowlers and the Australians go about things early tomorrow. So the players, we're hoping that they will get as much rest tonight, come early tomorrow, ready and roaring to go at the Australians, and hoping that we can pick up those quick wickets before the lead reach to 300. I think once it reaches less than 300, I think we can find a way out to chase those runs down. Hoping that some of our batters did not come good in the first innings, so they will get another opportunity to come good in the second innings and try to redeem themselves. So we really look forward for that. Also, we saw where John Campbell got a start, was unable to carry on. Kirk Brathwaite is well in need of some runs. He's also short of, I think, 50 something runs, short of 6,000 runs. John Campbell, I think he needs another 40 something runs to achieve 1,000 runs in Test cricket. So There are a few personal milestones up on the cards for some of these players, so we really look forward for this. I think Mitchell Stark, I think he needs another about 8 more wickets to reach to 400 test wickets, you know, and he needs one more test match to play 100 test match. There are some talks around as to say if he will wait until he goes back to Australia to play that 100 test match, or will he just play the 100 test match in Jamaica and hoping to also achieve his 400 test wickets, So there are some personal milestones up for grabs for some of these players. We recently saw where Usman Khawaja passed 6,000 runs in tests, So and there are some speculations about Kawaja and Sam Castans at the top of the order. It's going to be very interesting to see what Australia does in the third test match in Sabina Park. If it is that they're going to still go with Kawaja and Jab Castans, are they going to Jab Castans and bring Kawaja? There are some speculations as to the top of the order right there. So we anticipate to see when this game's finish how things will go towards that match in Jamaica. So my viewers, as I said earlier on, to me, what I would tell Rastan Chase is Rastan, allow the bowlers to try to bowl as straight as possible. Leave it up to the batters to make the error, and then hopefully that we can pick up some early wickets. Force the batters to make some the error, and hopefully that they can pick up some early wickets. Put the Australians under some pressure, and we try to chase down whatever total that they set. I think even if they set 300 runs, I think we still have as much time we could bat tomorrow and towards the 50. But it's going to be very challenging for us with the Australian bowlers, So we really look forward for that fourth day play tomorrow. You understand? So, my viewers, I just want to thank you again for subscribing, like, share, and comment. This is Jah-P Sports Talk. Keep safe, and we look forward for tomorrow. Until next time, keep safe.